All right, this video is for Molitor or centers in general. We're running truck to the right. So your rule is gap on cutoff. So right now we should be running cutoff to the second level. Sorry, I'm looking at Chuck. You're 65. So your rule is gap on, so you should be scooping the one. Okay, you should be scooping the one. So for this, it's difficult. It's very difficult for a center for snapping hand, but for your first step, you're stepping right into the guy. It's like you're down blocking him. You're driving him into where we're running the ball. You need to shuffle scoop and get to that play side shoulder. Okay, you shouldn't be stepping right out at him because look where he goes. Okay, you should be scooping this guy. He's in your gap. Okay, we're running truck to the right. There's no one in your gap. There's no one on you. Now you're running to the second level. Okay, um he leaves. We could look back then. Okay, if he leaves, we need to look back sooner here. If he takes off right away, okay, if he takes off right there, okay, now turn back because that's the guy that makes the tackle. Okay, same thing, another truck. Roll his gap on. Um, he's on your backside shoulder. So this is where, it depends on the guy. If this guy's pretty fast, then you could block him. But if this guy's pretty slow, it's kind of a judgment call on you. If he's on your backside shoulder, you could just run out here. And it looks like you guys just make a scoop call, and I'm okay with that on this play. Same thing. If he runs off like that, now just turn back. Turn back. There. That's better. That's how that should look there. Molitor. Good. Okay, so truck, you roll his gap on, cut off. Watch one more here. Okay, just gotta keep working on those snaps. Offensive plays, counter. Okay, now we're running counter. Not too far. Okay, I think we're running counter to the offensive left. Yep. So this is where I said we talked about it all week, where we're just gonna block our gap. So this should be where he's blocking down, you're going to backer. That's what we talked about this week. Okay, but you make a cage call, which all right, so let's look at the cage. Okay, so we're doubling here. You need to try to throw this guy over into your gap. I like your steps. Your steps are good. And you try to work over to that side. Now just try to stay over here on this side of the guy. Okay? Because I think he was he the one that makes the tackle here? No, it's not. Okay, but we need to try to stay over there and try to down block that guy if we can. All right, next one. This is counter again. Counter to the left. Okay, you guys have another cage call on. That's a great punch. Turns into a down block, drive him. That's great. That's really good right there. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, they're shifting on you. We just got to stick to our rule here, right? When in doubt, block our gap. Okay, but now you have to get your head in front of them. You have to throw your head across and get in front of this guy and not give up so much penetration. Okay, we have to throw our head across and we have to run our feet and drive this guy this way to try to open up the hole more. Okay, this is not a bad block, but it could be a lot better if your head was in front to stop vertical penetration and if we're able to flatten him out and drive him laterally a little bit. Okay, another counter. Okay, here we have another cage call. Keep trying to throw that guy over into your gap. See, this is where I wish we where a down is would be better. If you go there and Burke just down blocks this guy, if we're having a hard time getting that guy thrown over into your gap, it's better if you go there and he goes there if you just made a gap call. But you guys made the cage call, so we'll live with the cage call. Once again, your steps are good. Okay. It's just it'd be nice if we got Burke up to the second level. Because let's see who makes the tackle here. Does the backside guy make it? No, he doesn't, thankfully. Okay, next one. Now you have a zero technique. So that's interesting, huh? Okay, we're running counter to the left. So Chuck kind of steps down to help you. Would have been nice if Chuck got off to the linebacker like he's supposed to. But Molitor, I love your feet. Okay. Um, Trying to throw this guy over. I would love to have your head in your gap, your eyes in your gap in case your linebacker decided to blitz your play side A gap. That way you could see him and get off on him. But I love your hands. Your hands are great. Your feet are great. You're running your feet. That's awesome. That's a good job. That's very, very nice. Okay. Power. Power's kind of the same thing. So we'll watch one of these here. Ooh, this is the one. This is a good one to watch. Okay, I don't know what's happening here. We're on power to the left. Your rule is gap on to backer. Okay. This is the first part of your progression. You got a guy in your gap, you block him. It should be very simple. You should be down blocking this guy. He's in your gap. Okay. I don't know what the confusion is. I don't know what the confusion was this week, but you have a guy in your gap, you block him. That's always been the rule since day one. You got a guy in your gap, you got to block him. Got a guy in your gap, you got to block him. Okay. So that's a missed assignment on our part. Let's watch some passes here. Let's watch, see how we're doing on our pass protection. I think in the middle we looked pretty good. So you got a zero on you here. So you just got him straight up. Now here's the thing, you can't turn your shoulders. Can't turn your shoulders here, all right? We got to stay nice and square. You blocked him. Now you got to get back. If he's doing this loop, you got to get back square to help Ife out. Okay. Okay, it's a good job there with your feet. You have a nice wide base. Have a good punch on this guy. Staying on him. That's good. Got a one technique. So you step and you block him. That's great. That's awesome. I like it. Looks like you got a one technique here. Very nice. Love your feet. Love your hands. Very nice. Got a boot. Let's watch a boot. Okay, got to get that snap up, right? You're short arming it. Or you're just letting go of that ball too late. Or sorry, not too late, too early. You gotta think about actually lifting that ball up with your hand and getting it off the ground, and then you snap it with the straight arm. But you can't drag that ball on the ground because it's going to dribble like this. You actually got to lift the ball up off the ground and then keep a straight elbow after that. We can't dribble it on the ground. Okay. We just got to get that figured out. So we watched some power counter. Um, I mean, everything else is kind of the same deal here for you. Just got to get our snaps figured out. You have great hands, great feet. We got to be assignment sound more because there's a couple times where it kind of killed us where we're not blocking the right guy. Um, you're technically you're doing great. We just got to shore up our snaps and our assignments.